Hi everyone, I'm Miyuki. Today, I'd like to talk about the power of art, mental care for the future. My essay topic was about the China baby system, but I changed it for this presentation because I want to tell my strong message through this opportunity. Before getting to my main topic in detail deeply, I'd like to ask this question. Do you remember the day, March 11th? In that day, we had a huge earthquake in Japan, and many precious lives were deprived from the disaster. Even though the Japanese government and many volunteers rebuilt the infrastructures and made a payment for victims, there are still big problems in Japan. Especially, I'd like you to notice how serious mental problems are. In fact, after the earthquake, 1 in 3 people in Japan became a mental illness. It's quite a big number, isn't it? So, I'd like to tell the importance of mental care for the people and rethink about it with me through my presentation. In fact, I criticize a little bit to the way of cure system that many use in Japan. Mental illness is quite difficult for a patient to overcome compared to the other illness such as bone fractures and influenza. Because, number one, mental illness are very complicated, difficult to judge, and need long time to overcome, like a year to 10 years and more. And number two, in Japan, when people get mental illness, they are given medicine by their doctors. However, it is very hard to cure for mental illness not only using medicines, and there is a side effect. For this problem, I've been considering many times, and I reached one best way to solve the problem. I think art will save people who have been suffering from mental diseases. Then, in the future, the number of patients will be gradually decreased by artistic activities. By the way, maybe some of you guys wonder why Miyuki think art is the best way for the cure for mental illness. The answer is because art has a great power. For example, let me explain some effects of art. According to Edward, the famous therapist in England says, art itself has a healing effect, make people positive, active, healthy, friendly, happy, and many good things, and so on. Also, Osaka University of Art mentions that many art therapy, such as pain therapy, drama therapy, and music therapy, have been used and they produce good results. For instance, in Japan, after the huge earthquake, one old lady who lost all her family by tsunami lost hope to live anymore. However, as she taking the pain therapy, during therapy, she recovered and now she got to enjoy her life. Look at her smile. Looks so happy, doesn't she? In doing so, the power of art is scholastically proved. Also, I got to breathe the power of art for mental problem from my own episode. Now I will disclose my episode that I also had mental illness, depression, 3 years ago. When I was a first year student of high school, I became depression. I felt dizzy and headache, and I was in sleeping disorder. I couldn't understand why I became like that. But my doctor said I was too hardworking, so he thought I had to take a rest at least 3 months without doing anything, like studying. I was a person who hates to lose, so I didn't pay attention to doctor's advice, and I continued to be active for everything, such as club activities and studying for the exam our first week just after the visiting doctor. Due to that, my condition was getting worse and worse. Maybe side effects also the one reason. I couldn't get up myself. I couldn't work. I couldn't eat. I didn't speak. I didn't smile. I couldn't do almost everything except thinking I want to die. And finally, I became like vegetable state for a year, even though I went to hospital and got medicine. I completely lost my hope, but one thing saved my life. Can you guess what? There is art. Not medicine, not doctor. There is art. When I was lying in the bed, the opportunity to see the bar video. The title was Bolero by Serbigiam. I couldn't remember in detail deeply, but for me, her stage, her dance was shocking and stimulated me, and made me give hope to read more. I still cannot explain why, but my episode was a birth from the blue. And from that day, I got to regain the hope and my condition was gradually recovered. And gradually I got to try many things. For example, I restarted to running ballet and going on a trip. As you can see, I'm very fine and enjoy my life, my university life. That it was a kind of mystery of history, but I cannot help but there is a strong power of art. From the effects in my episode, I got to think art itself could be medicines for people who are suffering from mental disease. Then I'm going to conclude my presentation. In my opinion, from now on, Japanese people have to make artistic activities second nature. In doing so, the activity